New Year team, just about to jump on a call with Brendan. I've just been doing some learning over the last couple of days, and today we're just going to put together a bit of a content calendar, content waterfall for this year moving into 2025. The goal is to do 50 pieces of content across the board. So we're always struggling with content, how to make it like consistent, how to make it regular. So today we're just going to do a bit of a brainstorming session on how we're going to do that, what we're going to do with one big piece of content, and how we're going to break that down. I've always found content's like the biggest stress to keep up with. So today's literally just like a mapping session, brainstorming session on how we're going to do that. We'll put that into a flow chart, and that's something that we will assess every single week. We'll set like one day aside. It'll be one meeting for an hour, and we'll just figure out if we're hitting these numbers, what is the most popular piece of content, the most popular type of content. So that's what we're going to do. So enjoy the video and comment below if you learned anything from this. Just watching some stuff on this guy who's just real good at these. It was pretty much the Alex Hormozy. But he called it a content waterfall. And I was like, fuck, my brain just went into thinking mode. And I was like, bro, I need to put this in a map ASAP. I was just thinking, if you go into that, I'll just present my screen very quickly. Because what I want to do, my ultimate goal, probably in the next 3 months, is figure out how I can more focus on, because what we're trying to really do here is split myself away from RapidQS. So I obviously want to still do content at RapidQS, but I'm thinking, how do we hire someone to come in and do the content at RapidQS? So like we can give someone a full workflow. And for example, I've got a podcast lined up next week. Oh, not next, maybe next week. Anyway, he renovates heaps of properties in New Zealand. And he was like, bro, I really want to come on your podcast, get some exposure, blah, blah, blah. I was like, sweet. Well, I'll come down to Hamilton. We'll go around like a few of your properties. And that will just be our podcast instead of just sitting down in a studio, because I want it to be more relatable to builders. Do you know what I mean? So what I'm thinking anyway, off the back of that, one site visit a week or a fortnight, whatever it is, with a builder or a renovator or someone in construction, or early design phase, whatever it is. So here's like our long form up the top there. So this is kind of what I want to put in a bubble chart at the top, like a tree. Because what I really want to focus on with you is how we can make these kind of like PDF systems, or like make these kind of flow charts, which sort of demonstrate how we do everything. This is something, it's like a personal growth thing for me. And once again, under David Baker, not RapidQS. Any business that we go into, how do we build these out and then put the people that we need to put them where we need them to be? So, so it's like I want to have a tree at the top. I don't know if you just want to like go through and fill that in on your bit while we do it. The top of the tree can literally be those two plays that we've got there. So it can be like a an on-site visit with someone, or we do a one-time long form and video with a general manager and internal QS. So the general manager would either be Mario or Jamie. Because I just want to build out all the types of content we can do.
So one of them will be the podcast on site. We'll call it podcast, but on site.
Yeah, we'll call it podcast.
Cool. And that'll be just for RapidQS, or will we use some of that for personal as well?
At the moment, we'll just make this one for RapidQS. But then, as you can see over to the right, I'm trying to make a David Baker content waterfall as well, that's what we'll. I think once we build the first chart, I'll go through and build out all the stuff. I'll give me a couple of days for David Baker, then we can build the same waterfall.
We'll have this like blueprint so that we can see where the gaps are and where we'll need people to.
Yeah, absolutely. It's really just trying to figure out, we need to scale this year. And for us to get to be busy and build out our content thing, I need to spend more time documenting stuff. And that's what I'm trying to get really, really good at now.
Cool. So this is the one-time long-form video with internal QS. Sweet. Yeah. So that'll be me just meeting up with one of the QSs that you put me in touch with every week. Sweet. And if I didn't get anything from them, we can, as like a backup, we can just get something from you as a breakdown if you need.
So RapidQS there, the long form, just break that into 2 boxes and just go, break that into 3 boxes. So it'll be the one-time site visit, or just put the on-site podcast, internal QS chat, or a long-form content David. If you make 3 boxes there and put each of those in there, because this is how we're going to get our 50 pieces at RapidQS. Yeah, beautiful, bro. Nice. Because then we're going to make one of these. We'll make one of these for me, and then we can do a smaller one for ASAP Plumbing. And this is the blueprint to all our content. When we add, every time we add a new business, we just,
do the same thing. Cut out. Okay, cool. So the long forms will be podcast on site, one with the QS that doesn't involve you, which will save you time, and then one that does involve you.
Just to make it look cleaner in there, just put internal QS chat. We want to have a box like underneath that, so arrow down, and then we just want to have like Instagram, TikTok, YouTube Shorts, X, Facebook, and newsletter. Sorry, whatever's in those brackets there. Sorry, we could. Oh no. I want to put something like transcribe audio, just so people know. We just got to remember, if we're training someone that has no clue what's going on, they're going to be like, "How are we going to get the written audio?" And I'll be like, "It's going to be a transcribed audio there."
Perfect. Do we also want to add LinkedIn in here as well?
Yeah, pretty much, bro. We just want to have LinkedIn, X, and then we'll have newsletter.
Awesome. I'll just double check I'm not missing anything. Yeah, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, tweets, LinkedIn, newsletter. Yeah. And then should we also, and on here, should I also do website articles?
Yeah, just put nice newsletter / blog, website blogs, whatever you want to call it.
Sweet. So that's a pretty good line of things.
It's just so much, bro. Like there's so much there. And then it's like, because if we were to, and then the thing is, if we were to make like a box under each one again, so article blog, it's like on Monday morning we could have the written format of podcast on site.
Cool.
So like you could have Monday 8 a.m. Yeah, nice, bro. And then it will be
podcast.
Yeah. And then you could go Wednesday upload to the website, internal rapid QS chat. It's just crazy when you put it into this, like how much you can actually do it.
Hard out. Cool.
Yeah. And then the newsletter can go out, like, because this is the scary bit, is like, if we're going to do all this, like the newsletter, we could be doing 3 newsletters a week, like one from each of these things. Now, let's just say, for example, we do one of these every 3 weeks. Like, let's just say week 1, we do a podcast on site. Week 2, we do an internal chat. Week 3, we do an informative, because then that means that I'm only needed for like 2 out of the 3 weeks. Yeah, and then as we go to hire someone, they could potentially take over the podcast on site, and then I'm only 1 in 3 weeks, and then they can start doing the video informative. So it's like, under these, it's like, out of all of this, we want to find, so IG, we can make a box under IG and go like 1 times video info piece, and then another box under that could be 1 times carousel slide info, because we can just get, once we get 1 piece of content, we'll be able to distribute it like 15 times.
Yeah, exactly. And the good thing, so with, I guess, how many times do we want to be posting every week on these platforms?
Rapid QS, bro, I think 50, easy.
So like 10 a day. Well,
yeah, because what we want to, ideally what we want to be doing is, out of one of these big 3 chunks of content up the top here, yeah, we want to be distributing and getting, like, the articles blog, we can only get really probably 2 times a week. The newsletter we can get once a week. The IG we could get 10 times a week. YouTube, TikTok, YouTube Shorts and TikTok Shorts we could get 15 times a week, 20 times a week. X and LinkedIn tweets, like, it's going to be a case of just going through the content in the video and finding ways of finding something that's either a little bit controversial, like, or something informative about the guy, something motivational, something about the current industry or what's happening, or news related. And then, we should be doing one.
Yeah, what we could do is, honestly, these like written ones, like because all of these we're going to transcribe anyway.
Yeah.
So
can we just make a note somewhere there, bro? Like run through transcribe, or put the actual app.
So out of each of these, we're going to get the full video, long one. We're going to get a transcription, and we're going to get shorts out of it. Yeah. And I can make a different sheet on like how this is going to look like, actually, like which programs we'll use and all that sort of shit.
Yeah. Oh, we could just put a legend up the top left or right and just be like, hey, so, box 1, like, we can put a little box and just put, long form video content. Box 2 is going to be, however it all looks. Yeah, CapCut, Opus. And then it's all going to be in later.com. Like, we just want to be stacking our later.com.
Yeah, 100%. I actually saw that Opus nowadays also has, you can actually publish directly to the a lot of these, but I think it'll just be easier to keep it straight on later.com. Just
I
to keep
think,
it.
I think for us to systemize everything, we want to have like all of our everything going out of one platform, and we want to be able to get all of our weekly data out of one platform, because then we're only doing one login. I think it's easier, and then we know what performing best was. Yeah, I think we try and do like, and we'll do another separate session on like when we're posting stuff, how we want it to look in regards to brand wise. But I more just want to set some stuff and be like, tweets every day, 8 a.m. or whatever it is, 6 a.m. But then that's also an Instagram story with a share to Twitter.
Yeah, smart. Yeah, because that's a good thing. It's like we can actually figure out, if it's written content, then where will it go? If it's short video, where will it go? If it's graphics, where will it go? And then we can easily just map it from there.
Yeah.
So
but it's just going to be, because the one thing I have been noticing is our Instagram engagement on stories has been dropping drastically recently. So my main thing is I'm not quite sure if we need to either just be reducing volume and going more towards reducing volume and just going more towards like higher informative, or keeping it more like just not so much spam, which is something I want to look at, or or I don't know, man. Like it just changes all the time. But I'd love to start utilizing maybe TikTok stories just to be seen as just as powerful as Instagram stories.
Yeah, I did actually notice that. And then there's obviously Facebook stories as well these days. So.
Yeah, that all goes hand to hand. When we upload a story on Instagram, it just goes normally. But yeah.
Yeah, so the good thing is we can put things on article and blog for SEO reasons, and then we can also have the same content pretty much going out on newsletter, so that we're keeping people informed, and we're also growing the reach on SEO, but we're not double downing on the amount of work.
The thing that we need to try and do the most of is figure out, when we get all this stuff, who's going to go through and pick what's informative and what's not, or what's going to be good. So I think if there's a process there, like if we can get it into a video and a transcribe to me, either I've got to go through the transcribe and find some stuff, or if there's a way that there's like a AI app that will pick out something that's like, if there's a way that we try and find
AI, the best way to kind of like do that would be, we do it manually once and say, this is what we had originally, this is what we picked out as the best. Can you do the same for this following piece?
Or what we could do is go through and highlight. We could go through the first transcribe and highlight everything that's kind of relatable, and then the next one we say, hey, as per this document, see what we've highlighted. We've grabbed one demographic, talked about anything where the guy said something like motivational, or talked about figures. Because every time we talk about figures, like I'll be like, hey bro, how much did the plastering cost on this job? He'll be like, oh, 6,400. I'll be like, we can say 1920s villa, Hamilton, plastering cost $7,000. That's a tweet. That's a story. That's an info post. That's a video reel. That's everything.
Cool. All right. Well, yeah, we'll do it all manually first, like you said, like highlight things, and then teach the AI. And then I can also ask AI, hey, with this information, write me like a news article blog. Also, write me a small tweet. And then like give me the information to put into Canva. For the graphics.
Yeah, that'd be cool, man. And just remember, as we like ramp this stuff up, and as we do this for Rapid QS and ASAP and David, we can get like an offshore person to help with all of this stuff, whether you send confirm stuff to them and then they do all the scheduling into later, or whatever it is. But as it gets busier, we'll just build out like a content team. But the main thing I want to be looking at is every individual business that we do. I just want to be hitting like 50 a week.
Yeah.
Alex Hormozi's 350 a day. 350 a week, 50 a day.
50 a
Crazy,
day.
yeah. That's nuts, bro.
Is that just across all of his, like everything?
Yeah. It's absolutely insane, bro.
Well, honestly, bro, with us being able to meet up quite a bit, like quite often this year, I reckon we can like do a lot of these, and then like even if we just did, say, like when we're in Lombok for a week, fucking heaps, and then that's like months in advance, because I feel like all of his shit is like, quite far in advance. He's not doing it kind of real time.
Nah, no way, bro.
In the studio for like one whole day, and then just like cranks out heaps of shit, gives it to someone else, and then they make a month of stuff.
My thing is, I just want to see. I just want to go real hard on it. And like we said, we'll adjust every week, every month, every whatever, and we'll just see what the engagement is, what's popping, what's not. Like I just want to get super analytical on all of this. So yeah. So if you want, like if we just go through these boxes and we'll just put some like numbers and up the top, maybe just put like weekly target 50 items. Or we'll just start off with 30 maybe. And then we just want to break down each box with a number in front of it and just sort of think how that's going to be broken down. So 50 times items.
Cool.
So so article and newsletter will be one a week.
Yeah, probably even. Well, do we want to do these? So are you thinking one podcast, then one internal, and then one video formative? So
just
that's
whatever. We just got to remember as I'm traveling heaps, it's going to be hard to do everything at the same time. But to be fair, if I'm in I just think maybe one out of the 3 every 2 weeks.
Yeah,
because then it gives me lead time to not be in.
Probably the podcast, because I mean this one you can do just with your laptop whenever you want, or like camera, and then this one actually doesn't really involve you much. And then the podcast takes the most effort and time.
So, like if I'm in Aussie and I do 3 in 2 weeks, and I've got a little bit of leeway. But articles, newsletter, I think we just put one a week for each of those because that's just going to be heavy written. People will still read them.
Cool.
I want to find a cool way to distribute that as well. I think that'll just be HubSpot really, but we'll promote that on Shorts as well.
Sweet.
And also box under that, like I'd love to set up a pretty big, like this would be more, we'll have a chat with Evan how we do all this, but I'd love to set up a pretty cool ad campaign to see, like with Keep the Change. He's obviously building out their Spotify thing, but I want to see how we can get like a 10,000 person email list. So I'd actually like to run an ad spend on this and be like, how can we get 10,000 emails?
Yeah. I'd imagine it would be something like, what are they called? A lead magnet thing where you give something away for free. But I feel like, bro, I remember when me and you did those, we gave away like one of those, like how to price, or no, not how to price, how to like charge for a quote PDF.
Oh, the don't quote for free. Yeah,
that one did fucking, man, we got heaps of emails. So something like that would be, I'd imagine.
We just need to make more stuff. We can find more stuff to make.
Yeah, 100%.
That's cool.
Okay, cool. And then so IG, we'd imagine that'd be one of these a day.
Yeah, I think we can do it. I want to do an IG a day, and I think on the Instagram we should be doing one a day there. So there's 7.
Yeah. And that's not even including stories.
Stories is easy. And then was that TikTok? Yeah, one a day there, 7.
Sweet. YouTube, same thing.
That'll be one long form.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, one long form.
Possibly 2 if we do get 2, but we'll just aim at 1 for now.
Yeah, YouTube 7. And then X, we should be doing a tweet a day, easy.
Yeah.
And LinkedIn a day.
Cool.
And then you can put Facebook up there too.
Oh yeah, true.
There's 50 there. That's easy. Yeah. And then stories, we just need to be stories are easy. It just takes someone just needs to be like managing and
that should be fine. I mean, like again, we'll just reuse the content we've got because we're trying to cut down the amount of like time you're spending on filming and shit.
This is the thing, it's the stories that are actually the bottlenecks. Like the stories are good, but to be fair, if I don't see these story numbers jump up a lot, I think we potentially might be wasting our time. Like I would, if the stories are not, I think we're only getting 12% of views at the moment, or 12 to 15%, which is fucking low, man.
Yeah.
I think it's actually less. I think it's, do you know if there's any stats on that? Like, I'd love to know what influencers get on views, Like an influencer with 100,000 views, followers, I don't reckon they're getting any more than 10,000 views. So what I want to do is with this box, if we we won't finish. We'll finish. I want to make this pretty tidy. Let's put a RapidQS logo on it. Try put some RapidQS branding on it. And then send this to me on an email. And then over the next day, I'll build out the sort of David Baker one of what we can do, and then we'll make the same one for David. And then we can do the same for ASAP Plumbing, which won't be as intense right now. But I'll come up with all the ideas. I just need you to help me execute and deliver.
Yeah, easy as. I'll make this nice and pretty, and fill it up. And I'll like fill out what we're actually doing for TikTok, YouTube, and blah blah blah.
Yeah, that'll be cool, man.
This is a good amount. So that's 14. Yeah, that's easy.
Oh, it's huge, bro. It's massive, and it's just like it's just how we make this stuff look cool when it all gets posted. Like I want to get really, really like regimented with content going out this year, but I just want to have to not think about it as much.
And we want to keep the quality high with the like, because the thing with these long forms, it's like if like say for example this video content / informative one is just like you on a webcam, it's going to look kind of shit when we turn it into like Opus and stuff later.
Yeah.
So we can figure out ways that we can make that look good with the camera, for example, and how that's all going to look. And I can put a little bit of editing time into it and stuff to kind of.
Bro, yeah, that's all you like. You just figure out how to do all that. I'm going to keep moving ahead and focus on what we can be doing.